And I was actually alive, even though I look 27, on the 29th of April, early hours in the morning, when this incredible, I think it was over nearly 18 hours of a match. For you, I don't know whether there was a point as a child you recognised your dad's love for that game, and
100%. I mean, I would have been 4. I would have been all of 4 now when it happened, but I vividly remember the excitement of Dad going to this big event, and he was such a huge fan of snooker. And when the table came home, it really was, obviously beside us children, it was a prize event. He absolutely loved it, and it meant so much to him, and I think it would mean so much to him now that it's found such a great home here and that it's being used at Tiglin in the way it is. I think it's just terrific.
And given that the 2 bulldozers come along to actually, knock down a few walls to get this into the house, was there any possibility that it wasn't going to be accepted?
Well, do you know what? Dad was nothing if not determined. Now, I think he probably had to calm Mum a little bit when the bulldozers arrived to get it in. But you know what? Like, he had a dream that this special table needed a special home, and by hook or by crook, he was going to get it in. So it was a bit of a construction project around the table to give it the home that it deserved. And yeah, Mum very patiently said, you know what, go on and do it. It was it was great. And
for Noel then, when he had the table, I don't know whether that became like he just had to bring people home to have a game on this, because I'm sure once you're told, if someone told me they had that table in their house, I'd have to be there and play.
Totally, and it became almost like Dad's sanctuary. He loved being out there. He loved showing it off. After dinners, he'd have all of his friends in there and they'd play some snooker, and it was a real bonding experience for him and his mates. So again, snooker's a very sociable game, and it's a lovely game to enjoy with friends, which I'm sure it will be done here as well.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? That its presence here will spark a huge amount of that sort of easy conversation that happens when people are slightly distracted doing something fun. They can really just be bonded, they can talk openly, whereas just sitting there in chairs trying to come up with your inner world is a little bit difficult. So it's a perfect fit for Tiglin.
Yes, 100% it is. 100% it is, and the room is made for it here. And it's a table that should be used and should be enjoyed. And I have to say, I think the level of snooker that's being played here versus the level of snooker that was being played at home is probably a lot higher here. So I think the guys are probably doing the table a lot more justice than we would have done back in the day.
Rock and roll. I'm sure Noel's happy about that, because it's always about getting better and better. So he knows that the table is being well respected by that kind of play.
Exactly right. Exactly. No, we couldn't be happier. And Tiglin is such a special, amazing place. You just have to look around to see how joyful and how beautiful it is, and it's absolutely the right setting for the table.
Just before we go, your dad didn't play the drums as well, did he, by the chance? Because I have a kid, it's not great. I just, just in case he has, Steve Gadd's drum kit or Larry Mullen's drum kit, or.
I tell you what, do you really want to bring a set of drums into your house?
No, okay.
You're asking